What's up, guys? Um, trying to get my what's up, guys? Trying to get my computer to work here. Um, Lupe, ¿cómo está? Carla, what's going on, guys? Good afternoon. So it's 1 o'clock here. Hey, hermano Alex, ¿cómo estás? Felicidades, Alex, en tu canal. Te ves bien profesional. Every time I see you, Alex, it gives me hopes that somehow we're going to be able to get Univision to start telling the truth. Alex has a very good understanding of all the needs that the Hispanic community wants, and how we can just try to somehow level things with Univision. Because I was talking to somebody yesterday in Sacramento that was saying that Univision pretty much has no competition. So because Univision has no competition, they get away with anything, and then they report the news whenever they want. Paloma, what's up, Paloma? I wish I was like you, Paloma. You just, you're traveling around the world. Give it up for Paloma, guys. She's been doing a lot of work. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. But anyway, I was talking to these people in Sacramento. I don't have the business card here. And everybody knows out there that Univision and Telemundo, they have no competition. And the only competition that Univision has is you and I. But other than that, they pretty much, they have the whole community in their little world. Yeah, we need our own network. Let me know how I can help with the alternative network news. If there's anything I can do, Um, Paloma anda poreando. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, maybe that's why she's so loud, because her name is Paloma. So it's Paloma Mensajera. She's just, maybe it's seasonal for her. She travels according to seasons. Paloma Zúñiga. But did you guys see that? Did you guys see that Donald Trump? You fly. Have you heard that song, Paloma? Paloma Errante. That's a pretty cool song. I would sing it for you right now, but there's too many people that speak English here, and I don't want to scare them out. What's up, Roger? Hey, Roger. I want to apologize to you, man. I'm sorry. I know we need to talk, and you called me a few times, and I just haven't been able to call you back. I'm sorry. Please sing. Oh, I sing that song very good. I can open up. My dad, we used to sing mariachi, me and my dad, so. Como paloma errante, sin rumbo fijo ni dirección. Viajo todos los mares. ¿Cómo va esa canción? Como paloma errante, sin rumbo fijo ni dirección. It's a beautiful song. You dare me? I would sing it, but I think I posted on like the Californians for Trump. Como paloma errante. No, I can't right now, guys. There's kids in the room. So, guys, I want to talk a little bit, if you bear with me here, about Donald Trump sit down in a round table with people that were talking about drugs, and I am just so freaking amazed and grateful for our president, guys. I don't think there's a president in history, and I'm going to say this. I don't think there's a president in history that has done that. Because if there's anything that I am an expert on, is drugs and alcohol. I am I have specific knowledge. I have unique abilities and special techniques and how to help somebody actually that is in drugs and alcohol. I'm supposed to be humble, so. Sí, me chivié, Contreras. The thing is that hay mucha gente, there's a lot of people that speaks English, and they're probably going to think I'm crazy. Not just that, Paloma. Oh, Paloma's here. She knows. I took her to a meeting. See, the thing is this. When I first came out and did say that I was an alcoholic in recovery, we're not supposed to say that. But since it's anonymous, I'm not going to say which group I belong to, but I'm breaking my anonymity. And I'm breaking my anonymity because if there's anybody I can help out there, I will. And in fact, there's a few people that have called me that are dealing with stressful situations that I can help with. Especially how to deal with all this politics. Because a recovery program prepares you for life and gives you experience, strength, and hope in how to cope with life without drugs and alcohol. Now, you guys know that I come from a big family, and in Mexico we do a lot of drinking, a lot of the drinking. So people, Mexico people die of drinking, especially in my hometown. There's nothing to do. People are alcoholics. Pa la otra, Contreras, pa la otra. I'm going to do one in Spanish and I'll sing. But it's really hard to talk about addiction. And that's why I'm doing it very, I did it on my personal account. But I did post it on a couple of other accounts. Gracias, thank you, Denise. One day at a time. The thing is that it's very hard to talk about drugs and alcohol. And I hope I don't lose anybody's respect here by talking about this. But you have to be true to yourself, okay? I never thought that drinking was a problem, you know? What's the problem with drinking? Every Mexican out there, that's, you know, they drink and party, no problem. But what Donald Trump did, I think it takes years for us to be able to do that. There was families there, and let me show you guys. I have my blue book here, and I have my 12-step. And I try to go to a few meetings a week. But anyway, Donald Trump looked at these people in the eye. And when you talk about drugs and alcohol, when you talk about drug recovery, you're talking about the lives of people. You're not talking about the economical or social. You're talking about their kids that are killing themselves out there on the streets. And there was a lot of moms that were saying that they were looking for their kids, and you hear that a lot in the rooms. You hear a lot about kids that they run away from home, and they're out on the streets, and they don't know how to help their kids. And they're hopeless. So I think that Donald Trump has a very, he's very accessible in this problem because of his brother. So when Miriam Wincher, when she published her book, I put my story in the book, and I didn't take the alcoholic part. I was wondering if I should have, because I knew that would probably turn off a lot of people and probably would stop me from getting hired maybe somewhere out there. But you know what? I did it. I put it there, and there was a girl today at the White House on the round table that said that she used to think because she was lost in drugs, she felt embarrassed because she brought shame and humility to her family. But then after she found recovery, after she got off drugs, she thinks it's the best thing that ever happened to her. And that's really how people that are in recovery feel. They feel very complete. They feel that somehow life has given them a second chance. So every day, this 24-hour day at a time program, it's a great thing for all of us. And I invite you, if you know anybody that is out there still suffering, to tell them, look, the president is willing to reach out even to you guys. I'm just so excited about what Donald Trump is going to do for not just for securing the border so the drugs and alcohol don't come in here anymore, but also helping people that are using the drugs that are being shipped here. because it's a real problem out there. You know, it starts at home. So we need to help. When you have a president that's willing to back you up like that, I mean, it's just so amazing. And I think that they're going to put programs out there that's going to reach out to thousands and thousands of people that are having that problem. And like I said, this is a really hard this is, see, you can talk about anything, but when you start talking about something as intimate and as delicate as drugs, alcohol, it's very hard. So, but I thought I'd do this because one of the reasons that in the programs of recovery we don't talk about it is because they don't want you to relapse, and then people are going to think that the programs are not good because you relapsed. And a lot of people go back and drink. A lot of people go back and use. But other than that, what this guy did today, I think, Mr. Trump, listening to these kids, to real people with problems, it's just an amazing thing. It just makes me feel at home. It makes me feel that what I have done to help Donald Trump, all the places I've been to, all the videos I've done, all the people I have talked to, all the ridicule that I went through, all the people that went against me. There's still tons of people that are going against me in my social media accounts, and now I see that they're going after Harim too. If you can, please reach out to Harim and help him out, because I'm starting to get a lot of people in my Instagram account that are complaining about Harim, that's saying that he's taking money and that he's being a paid protester and blah blah. And I'm just like, people have no lives out there. I mean, they just want to get into your life. So we need to help each other out there, and this conversation. Thank you, Haiti. God bless you, Mark. Thank you. You know, well, let me tell you my story. If you guys have a minute, I'll tell you. Okay. So, I was a functional alcoholic. Okay. And I lived close to the Silicon Valley. So, in real estate, we were making a lot of money. We were spending thousands and making millions. Okay, here in the real estate industry. So when you have that access to that, drugs, alcohol is around. And I remember I read a story like that about the .com era. So finally, actually for me, guys, it was a blessing that the market crashed, because if the recession would have not come, I would probably be dead right now. You wouldn't be talking to me. Because when the recession came and all the banks closed and a lot of people found out that they had all these habits. And not just about alcohol, but they had this habit of spending a lot of money that they couldn't make anymore. Okay, some of my friends, real estate brokers, they killed themselves. Some of them, they went to Mexico. I know a couple of white boys that are in Mexico because they were afraid of the IRS. And I stayed behind. But I went, voluntarily, I went to a recovery house in Berkeley that's called New Bridge Foundation. after talking to a therapist for a while, and I was on a 28-day program, and then when I got out of 28-day program, first I went into detox. So they were talking about detox here. I went 6 days into detox. Then I went into the 28-day program. Then I went into a halfway house, and I learned so much about myself. I learned so many things that sometimes we take for granted. I became aware of a lot of things. Things like integrity. I remember that when I used to sell homes, when I sell real estate, when I used to sell cars, I remember on my ads, I used to put there integrity. But I have no idea what integrity was. So then they tell me that integrity is to think, to say, and to act the same thing. So after the 6 months of halfway house, then I went back home. And I did 90 meetings in 90 days. And to this date, I still go and participate in these programs. But I know this is a very hard subject to talk about, but I wanted to do it. I put my bio a little bit there and what I have learned through my journey of living a life, authentic life. You know, authentic, like really being who you are. You know, mind, body, and soul. And it takes sometimes, some of us it's easier, some of us takes longer, and some of us can talk about it, some of us can't. And you know what forgiveness is really? Forgiveness is to be able to remember without pain. I did bring shame and humiliation to my family, and I have a lifetime to amend all the things that I did wrong. And part of the amendment, I guess, to society that I'm doing is I'm doing all this that I'm doing for Donald Trump. Because I really think that Donald Trump is the voice of truth and reason. And somehow, with what I'm doing, I'm amending a lot of the wrongs I did. And it's just awesome. It's just awesome I get to participate in this, bringing order to chaos, bringing a little bit of hope to the person that still suffers out there, to the person that deals with the struggles of every day about trying to understand what's going on in their lives. And trying to blame everybody but themselves. You know, everybody blames everybody around them but themselves. And most of the problem is us. You know, all these people that accuse us of being hateful and racist and all that, I tell them that hate's in your heart, you know. You allow that emotion to happen. If you see it, than somebody else, that means it's in you, you know. It takes two to tango. It takes one to know one, kind of like that, right? So all these people that are angry because of this, that means they are the ones that are causing that into their lives. And thank you, Sean. Thank you. You know, Sean, one day at a time. And guys, it's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot. You know the 5 stages of denial, of grief, It's you're gonna go through them, and everybody's gonna go through. Well, Pat's here; he knows. And see, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about my recovery process, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have been clean and sober for 20 years, 25 years, that can see right through you, and they know if you're telling the truth or not. But today, my reality today is I'm grateful that Donald Trump talked to people that have had a drug problem. And he talked to the moms of those people, and he asked them, well, he asked this girl, how did you get off of it? I think Donald Trump was trying to understand. And really, anybody that knows about drugs and alcohol knows that this is a spiritual, mental, and physical disease. In other words, you can take the physical part away. You can go to a doctor. They can detox you. They can put you right back. But the spiritual part and the emotional part remains. And that's why I have another book here. We work with hospitals and institutions. We work with clergy. We work with the professionals, because this is something that needs to be attacked at the spiritual and emotionally level. And that's where I was so grateful that Donald Trump asked that question. He asked, how did you get off of it? And this person went on to tell him, and I'm so proud of that girl. I don't know what her name is. I'm going to try to find out. She said that that her struggles from drugs and alcohol is the best thing that ever happened to her in her life, because now she gets to talk to the President of the United States of America. So can you imagine, guys? Just imagine, this girl was out there on the streets. Every day was the last day of her life. Okay? You didn't know. Her mom was looking for her. And today, she's sitting in front of the president of the most powerful country in the whole world, talking about her experience, strength, and hope. And giving that experience, strength, and hope to the president of the United States, whose brother died of alcoholism. That's how freaking beautiful it is. Can you imagine how interested Donald Trump is in talking to people out there that have a drug problem? It's so sensitive and so intimate, and at the same time, there's a lot of healing for Donald Trump in that conversation. Because Donald Trump is seeing this girl, and it's seeing that she lived. And that his brother died, but just like he said to all those people, because there were some kids that didn't make it. There were some people that overdosed. They were talking about those people too. And Donald Trump said their lives are not going to be in vain. And meaning that he was going to fight for drugs to stop pouring into this country. So at the same time, Donald Trump is bringing healing to himself and his brother, because maybe he would have loved to save his brother's life. And in a way, he's doing it. He's doing it because he's helping other people from not dying of drugs and alcohol. He's helping the people that haven't got into drugs and alcohol, our kids. Our kids that we need to help stop these drugs, so these drugs never make it into the United States and poison our communities the way things are going on right now. So what do you guys think? Guys, I know this is very tough to talk about, and because we all have experienced this. We have, and I say this all the time. We have a family member. What's up, Marilyn? We have a friend. We have somebody in the community that has struggled with drugs and alcohol. Denise, you never. Thank you, Denise. The thing is, I hear Denise, and I hear stories like that. Well, my parents did use drugs, and especially through the '60s, all the baby boomers. Yeah, but there is a lot of programs out there that help people. There's Al-Anon. There's in essence, it's the same thing at the same time at the end, because alcohol is only the symptom, right? It's not really the disease, and drugs is only the symptom. Marilyn, you talked to me at the march. Oh yes, that's right, that's right. Thank you, Marilyn. See you in Berkeley. We're getting ready for Berkeley. That Sacramento March was awesome, guys. If you haven't seen the videos that we took for the Sacramento March, actually, let me talk a little bit about that. Looking at that march, we walked for an hour, around maybe like 2 miles. About 500 people with flags. And I even got a flag myself. Look. I got myself a flag. So we were all walking with our flags, and the motorcycles were escorting us. I felt invincible, guys. I felt invincible. I felt that there was nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop the Donald Trump supporters. Because last time when I went to Berkeley and they attacked us, I did feel a little scared, and I felt that we were a little lonely there. But this time, congratulations, kudos to all the organizers of this event, because that was it. That was it. I felt that if we do that anywhere we go, nobody can stop us. They can bring Antifa, they can bring anybody. We're just gonna kick butt. It was a great day. Indeed. It was a great day. I got to meet the bass stick guy. Awesome guy. I got to meet Will. I got to meet Marilyn. I got to meet so many people. Guys, we're out there. It's real. It's not just us talking, doing, internet. We're out there. And I felt recharged. I felt recharged, totally. I felt ready to just go out there and do my part. And now our brothers and sisters from LA are going to come up here. Some of them are doing a GoFund account, so if you can post them, and I'll try to tweet them and see how I can help to the brothers and sisters in LA so that they can join us up here, because we need to bring freedom of speech to Berkeley. Berkeley needs to understand that. See, I'm not against the problem with all these anarchist people and ungovernable people is that I'm not really against them. Their message, it's fine. The problem that I have is that they're so against us. They don't want us to exist. Why couldn't just be, why couldn't just let us, they couldn't just let us, like Milo, you know how they kicked Milo out of the Berkeley? So this is about freedom of speech, and we have to put boots on the ground and tell them, look, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new sheriff in town, and you guys need to just scoot over because we have the same right to be here than you guys. So if I see in Berkeley something of like what I saw in Sacramento, man, what I saw in Sacramento is once in a lifetime. It's an experience of a lifetime. If you haven't seen the videos that we took from the Sacramento March, go check them out. Those motorcycles and the people that were walking, it was just a feeling of, it was a revolution. Donald Trump's right when he says it's a revolution. It is a revolution. The left wants to shut us up. Yeah, they do. Well, you know how they're gearing up. And that day, and I don't know if a lot of you guys saw that, but that day in Sacramento, they had the Cesar Chavez movement doing some march there too. So I know Cesar Chavez movement is gearing up to go against us, but bring it on. I say bring it on. My time's up, guys. So, out there, I know this was a very personal sharing that I did here. I didn't really share my life story. Maybe someday. But at least I told you what's up. I told you that Donald Trump has somehow gave a voice to the most vulnerable people out there, which is drug addicts, which includes a lot of veterans out there that are killing themselves every day, which includes a lot of people that live in extreme poverty, and they don't have the tools. They live in they don't have the they don't have the voice to ask for help. They're dying. And Donald Trump today, he gave to them the greatest gift. Look, even drug addicts that want to help themselves, they can come to the White House and speak to me. How freaking awesome is that? You mean you're the president of the United States? I am a drug addict. I am an alcoholic that brought shame and humiliation to my family, that did all this, and I can still speak to the president of the United States of America, and he tells me that he's proud of me? How freaking awesome is that, guys? Doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't. So, guys, I love you. Take care. And remember, guys, it's one more call. Put yourself in front of the camera. Make love to the world, guys. Talk to you soon.